Well, what's going on, everybody? Today I bring you a quick and easy guide for Illuvium mining and scanning so you can maximize your efficiency while doing a mining run in Illuvium. So right here I took screenshots of every node in a tier 3 mining run that I did, and I scanned every time before harvesting in order to maybe skip some harvesting because I know it's not going to be worth it. And we're going to find out if it was worth it to scan every time before mining. So going into this, I have my augments on my drone optimized for scanning power and mining power. And I want to find out if with those augments it's worth to skip and to scan every time before you go for mining. So this right here is the first scanning. We can see there is 10 different resources in here, so that's a really good node. And all we're gonna try to do is not hit those blanks, right? And it's way easier if you have a lot of resources to actually always hit those resources when you're mining. Because going on to the first extraction, right here, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields have been extracted. 2 of them were blanks, and 1, 2, 3 of them were actually resources. So if we keep going, we mine one more time, hit in a few blanks again, a few resources, mine one more time, same thing. Now we have only 2 resources left, so we know next mining is going to give us those 2 resources. Ba-bam. Alrighty, moving on to the next one. Here we can see we only have actually 6 resources in here. So if you want to maximize and you got unlimited time, and you want to maximize your mining run, you might want to skip on 5 and 6 resource nodes, because there's a very high chance that you are gonna hit those blanks and actually mine for nothing. Anyway, we went ahead and mined, and our first extraction gives us 3 blanks and 1 resource right here. Next extraction gives us another few blanks and another resource. Then we have 1 more mining, which gives us, again, a few resources and a few blanks. And now we know the next mining, because with the mining power that I have right now, usually we clear 4 to 6 of those fields. So there's only 3 left, 2 blanks and this resource. So we know we're gonna clear it, and we're gonna only be able to get this resource out of it. And because this is a tier 4 resource and we don't really need it, I would skip right now. So this would save me 100 energy, and we're gonna add that up and see, because scanning costs 1/5 of that, so 20 energy. So we're gonna add that up and see if it was worth it. So this is our first skip because we don't need this tier 4 resource. Although you need it for a lot, and some people might need it, and then you won't skip that. So we're gonna see both sides of the coin at the end. I went ahead and mined anyway. Jumping ahead to the next scan, we see we got 6 resources in here. 1, 2, 3, and now the 4th scan will give us a lot of resources, actually giving us a shard. Perfect. On to the next one. 5 resources in here. So if you are at a 5 resource deposit, and maybe it's even a gem deposit, which is not really good because you don't need a lot of gems at the moment, only for skins and for Link's evolutions. So we go ahead and scan 1 time, hitting 2 resources. Then we scan another time, hitting 1 resource, and then we scan another time, clearing everything. So we only needed 3 times scanning, and we got lucky with our scanning power. It's not always the same. And yeah, it was actually pretty good. And because our last 2 resources were hidden, I would go ahead and scan, because I really want to see what's in there. Jumping on to the next one, right here we can see we got a shard in there. Most valuable resource in my opinion. And we got a lot of resources in general. So we go ahead, scan once, find another shard in this synthesis deposit. And then we scan another time. And right now we see we got 1 resource left. I think that's a tier 3 resource, maybe a tier 4. Anyway, it's not something I'm looking for, and 1 blank. So we know in the next scan we can only get this resource. We don't really need it. I don't need it at all. I made my tactic going into a mining run is shards and tier 5 resources, especially in a tier 3 run. So right here we can go ahead and skip, saving another 100 energy. Then we got the next one, shard deposit with 5 resources. And if I was really trying to get the most out of my run, I would skip this. No, wait, it's a shard deposit. Okay, we wouldn't skip this because we're looking for shards, but if this was a gem deposit, I would skip it. Maybe come back to it later if I can't find any more mines, but you can go ahead and skip a lot of mines, a lot of these deposits, because there is a lot of them. Like, you won't run out too fast. Went ahead and mined, so first mining, we reveal 2 of those resources, getting 3 resources in one extraction. So now if those 2 that are left would be stuff we don't need, if we would see it, then we could already go ahead and skip it, and it would save us like 300 energy. So there's a little bit of luck involved, right? That's why I use the scanning power to be able to reveal more resources when scanning, and then you have a bigger chance of being able to skip some. Went ahead and scanned again, and as you can see, we revealed 1, 2, 3, 4 blanks. Didn't even get anything in the next extraction, so basically it was pretty useless. And then in the next extraction we got lucky and revealed the last 2 resources. We could have gone really unlucky again, hitting all the other blanks and 1 resource, leaving us with another scan. So that's what I mean by, if you have only 5 resources in this deposit, you might want to go ahead and skip it, especially if it's a bad deposit like gem deposit, which is in my opinion the worst, because there's a lot of gems in there. The other deposits, they have more variety. There's more shards in there, I feel like. So we got lucky on this one. To the next one, this is a nice one. We got 7 resources in there, but everything is hidden. So that's what I noticed a lot. Even though I have scanning power in there, still a lot of stuff stays hidden. So we, of course, we have to test this more times. We can't just take one run and this is our full sample size for our theory. But it gives us a little bit of an overview. And we'll find out. We're gonna do another guide tomorrow where we do the same run, tier 3 run. We're gonna screenshot everything, and we're gonna check with other augments, with other drone improvements, with mining power and with mining cost and scanning cost. So bringing the cost as low as possible, if we then can actually get more out of the run. So, by the way, I'm a little bit hangover, so Happy New Year to everybody, and excuse if I make some speaking mistakes. But I have a New Year's resolution, which is every day I want to upload a video to YouTube. So it was hard to actually jump in and do this, but we're doing it, and I hope we're gonna do it 365 days, 56 days. See, there's the hangover in a row. Alrighty, let's jump back on the topic. We scan 1 time, reveal a lot, scan another time, scan 1 more time, and again we got lucky, missing the blanks and actually getting all of the rest of the resources out of it. If we got unlucky, we would have had to scan 1 more time. Jumping to the next one here, we only got 5 resources in there, so basically a very bad deposit. And I'm gonna show you later on why you should skip on stuff like this. I'm always very curious about those hidden, like, there could be a tier 5 shard in every one of those. Even though it's unlikely, I still usually go ahead and try to reveal everything. First scan, second scan, third scan, we got it all. And jumping to the next one, this is a gem deposit with a lot of stuff in there, so you can still go ahead and extract it first, second, and now that's what I mean. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares left, but only 1 of them has a resource. So there is a big chance that we scan again and don't even hit this resource. So we would have to scan 2 times just to hit 1 resource. And because it's hidden, I would probably do it, but technically speaking, it's probably better if you skip at this point. If you have so many blanks left and only 1 resource. Went ahead, look, there's 1 blank left. So if this one would have been the resource, we would have to scan again. We went ahead and scanned, got lucky. This one is perfect. We got a tier 4 shard here already. We got 2, 6, 10 resources. I think that's the maximum I saw. We go ahead, scan once, scan twice, Scan a third time and we're through. So the scanning, the mining power was on our side again, able to scan the whole thing in 3 attempts. Then we jump to the next one, gem deposit with only 6 things in there. So this is again something you could skip. We scan once, we scan twice, and now we scan one more time. And you can see the only thing that's now left is 1 gem and 1, 2, 3 blanks. So we would go ahead and skip this one, giving us the 3rd skip in this run, saving us 300 energy so far. This is our 11th deposit. Now we have our 12th deposit. Here we see, that's what I mean. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hidden ones. We have improved scanning power in our augments, and still all of those are not revealed. So I think it's not really worth going for scanning power, but we'll find out tomorrow when we try the same with scanning costs, reducing the costs of everything. We go ahead and scan once, twice. Now there's a lot of blanks left, only 1 resource. Again, a good point to skip. We go ahead, get lucky, find our last resource, and missing the 2 blanks. And after this, I had 280 energy left. So if I looked forward a little bit more and planned ahead a bit more, I would have saved a little bit more energy, maybe scanned 1 time less to have 300 energy, to actually be able to scan 3 more times. Because after this deposit, we find shard deposit, and I can only scan it twice, which is kind of sad. So you definitely want to go ahead and skip a lot of mining when you're scanning, because then you can really focus on shard deposits and deposits that have 10 resources in there and so on. So this is basically the scanning and mining guide for today. I'm gonna keep you updated. We're gonna research this together. And if you want to find out which of those resources you can actually skip, which are not so important, you should check out the video that's popping up on the screen right now, because this is going to help you. It's going to help you so you know what resources are valuable and which ones you can skip. Thank you so much for tuning in. I see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Have a good day. Peace out.